If anyone's been paying attention to the Chestertown Unites Against Racism 16-month plan, one of the components that the mayor, Chris Sereno, said need to be implemented was the Equity Advisory Committee to kind of oversee the program and kind of actually help implement some of the pillars of this 3-pillar plan. So actually, we had our first meeting this week, and I was unanimously voted the chairman of the Equity Advisory Committee. So I'm going to make my kind of runs, so to speak, hence why I'm here with Chestertown SPY, to talk about the plan and talk about some of the implementations of the plan, and also start to introduce some of the committee members to the community, which a lot of us already know, and go forward with the plan and hear their voice as well, because their voice is speaking for a bigger segment of the community. So the 16-month plan kind of breaks into 3 pillars. So the pillars are legislation, education, and unification. And in each one of these pillars, we have several categories to where we will be kind of addressing issues that possibly, because all of them may not, speak to systemic racism or conditions that oppress people of color here in Chestertown. Some of the things we have, or a lot of people know, the 2 murals we had, here downtown, the Black Lives Matter, and then the other one, We Can't Breathe, were a part of the plan, a part of bringing awareness as a door to opening bigger plans and bigger action, which this 16-month plan has. We're also going to look at redistricting of the voting lines due to voter suppression. We're looking at police reform, and these things are kind of already in process. But we're also going to do things like historical videos to educate people going forward. The actual committee has already approved some videos that are going to be in the works to come forward. And some of these videos that will be leading off with this 16-month plan will be the Black African American churches in Kent County, where we're going to showcase Bethel AME. We're going to showcase James United Methodist. And we're going to talk about the historic presence of Black churches in the community. We as a committee feel like that's a lost art, so to speak, and the leadership of the Black churches has been kind of null and void here in this present time. So we're going to try to connect that past to this present time and move forward with these generations, because a lot of the Black churches, they have history in fighting for civil rights. So if we can bring them forward to this time and have them help us fight for civil action, I think that'd be a strong component. So look for that to be one of the first videos to come out and kind of address some of the history here in Chestertown. Also, we're going to do a video about about gentrification in downtown Chestertown, to kind of address some of the areas that were populated with the Black community, and then discuss why they are no longer populated with the Black community, and kind of walk us into this big tribute of videos that we're going to try to unveil in 2021 in February, and possibly try to give you one per day for Black History Month, or once every 2 weeks. We're still working on those type of planning on how to release the videos and things of that nature. Juneteenth, Legacy Day, it's a big conservative effort to get things launched, and multiple things launched going forward. So let me just say who are some of the Equity Advisory Committee members. So you have myself, Chairman John Queen. You have Jen Baker. You have Reverend Bobby Brown. You have Bishop Ronald Fisher. You have Brandy Barrett. You have Kate Levy. You have Tom Heyman. You have LaToya Murray. And you have Vic Sensenig from the college. These people were all brought to the table for different reasons and different resources, different skill sets. And I forgot Miss Ruth Shogay. Please don't let me forget her. So we have these people that are a vast abundance of knowledge spreading through several generations, several demographics, and we all bring a certain skill set to this plan, to where, for an example, let's use someone like Jen Baker, who has influence and ties to the downtown Chestertown business area, to where we can go to her and say, listen, here are some of the issues the Black community or people in poverty, but we're focusing on the Black community, say are issues downtown. Not to kind of point the finger at downtown, but we know someone like Jen can get an understanding to the equity committee and have us without forcing our way in, see how we can be solutions to some of these issues, whether it's increasing black businesses, whether it's just increasing the numbers of black faces seen downtown. We are here to get people working together across racial lines, gender lines, whatever type of line that we need to cross to make this community a better place. We are trying to do it. So with this, I see a lot of partnerships being formed where, for example, one of the things that got approved was a book club. So the James Taylor Remembrance Coalition and the Bayside Hoyas are working together on the James Taylor Lynching Project. And one of the things that they're going to partake in is a book club, Cheryl Eiffel's On the Courthouse Lawn, which is a book about lynching. So with this book club, and because of COVID now, we're probably going to wind up doing it virtually, but the participants will be the James Taylor Remembrance Coalition, the Bayside Hoyas, the Black Union of Kent County, the town, and the council will be a part of this book club, and we will talk about some of the things in the book to kind of gradually go into some of these harder conversations with using the book club for community dialogue to open up people ideas or perspectives to not just their own, but have someone else understand theirs, and we're going to use something like that book to do it. So it's a lot of ways we're going to implement a lot of diversity trainings, book clubs, events to kind of include the whole community to get everyone's perspective, because everyone's perspective is needed for this type of plan to work and be very successful. This plan can work based on participation and people galvanizing community members, organizations, residents, politicians, stakeholders, and working together. Let's not forget the reason this plan is in effect. Chestertown Unites Against Racism has came to the forefront of the Eastern Shore because of the oppression and lack of justice in the black community. So Chestertown, and kudos to the mayor and the town council once again for taking this step forward and saying we want to be the voice, we want to be the people who take this step forward, and we want to do it with the community. We are here to build a better community.